Brown Mogotsi is not your close associate, he's your comrade, who you have his phone and you communicate and all of that. What is the difference between a close associate and comrades? Are we not just playing with semantics? Because you denied that is your close associate, but you talk on the phone, you've got phone numbers of each other. What is the difference there between, because you denied in the committee on the 5th of March. And then now you agree, he's my comrade, I've known him from 2017. What is the difference?
I have so many people, just to put it simply.
No, even before you proceed, I heard you giving example with Honorable Bredenbach, saying, I know you, but we know you know her, the same way you know all of us, but you can't claim to be a comrade of Honorable Bredenbach or anything of that sort, but you know her. And you can't claim to have a number and you communicate constantly and all of that. But when we bring it to you that you are a close associate, you say, no, I'm not a close associate, I'm a comrade. That is playing with semantics.
No, not at all. I deny that strongly. It doesn't work like that. On my cell phone, I can't tell you offhand how many people I have as contacts, as written on the cell phone. Names and surname and numbers. Some of the numbers, or many of the numbers, I've held for many years. Now, I'm not being asked questions why I keep those numbers, why I talk to those people, why I use those numbers. And I want to guess, and I'm merely taking a chance. You also have quite a lot of people on your cell phone who are there. Now, I don't know why I'm being asked to display is data sothando for Mogotsi. Now that there are problems arising in that angle, people want you to confirm, come here and say, cha, nginesidada sothando luka Mogotsi or sokwazana nomgotsi. Alukho. And ayikho leyo contact ongayibeza oyibeke ku status of an associate, even referring to the dictionary what an associate is. The person who chose to say I'm Mogotsi's associate would have consulted the dictionary and he knew what he was saying. And when I go there myself, I shouldn't be blamed for doing what they did. And then using that word. I'm using the same word, the same term. And I'm saying I'm not. And I'm saying, if everybody you call, just because they are on your cell phone, so you're all my associates. So let's bring everything to a standstill and say, all right, Mogotsi is my associate. And I'm saying he is not my associate. I've never gone anywhere with him. Restaurant, sit down anywhere. It has never happened beyond just phoning. So I don't know why I would be associated to somebody that I'm saying myself. I'm not. If, for instance, somebody I know passes on, and I go to some funeral, and you find that in a funeral, there is somebody who is a fugitive of law, or is an alleged criminal or something like that, what do? You run away? You don't stay for the whole funeral. You stay. But are you not associating yourself with somebody alleged to be a criminal? If pictures of you come to the public knowledge that you were there at the funeral, surely you have something to. And there needs to be substance when you say this person is associated to this person. I don't have any substance. Mogotsi phoned General Mchunu a number of times, even congratulated him, according to him, for something. I've never heard that kind of message from Mogotsi. I don't mean, other things that you see and they look like they are many. I mean, things like Lusikisiki, they don't exist. That thing doesn't exist. That thing in Cape Town doesn't exist.
Minister, no, I understand, but you can't say to us, I don't understand why you bring Mogotsi here and all. We didn't bring Mogotsi here. It's Mogotsi who brought you. It's Mogotsi who shared.
Honorable member,
Minister, you seem,
it's for the two of you.
yeah,
Okay.
there's two in one. Minister, you seem to be have ever claimed to have received a letter of the 31st of December from you. None of those people you have as your contact that we are not questioning you about have never claimed that they've asked money from Matlala to buy a table for you for the ANC dinner here in Cape Town in the January 8 rally or something like that. And none of those people in your contacts have ever claimed that to Matlala, that issue that has been troubling you of PKTT, that has been abusing you, is being dissolved. I've got a letter here. Now, it is your comrade. It's not us. It is your comrade who does that. And
Yes.
even goes around says,
Yes.
yeah, I'm his comrade, this and that, and all of that. So we cannot be
Yes.
blamed when we take up an issue with you sharing a sensitive document. The only person who has confirmed the relationship with Mogotsi, it's you, Minister. And Mogotsi is in position of a sensitive letter that comes from you. And any reasonable person will be tempted to agree that perhaps the minister shared this letter with Mogotsi, since Mogotsi has got, amongst these three, the close relationship is God, is with the minister through comradeship. You don't call all those people you have. I've got contacts here. Some I even forgot, but I don't call them. I don't share any sensitive information with them unless those people are known to me and I'm confident and I know that I can describe my relationship with those people. Let's say, for instance, I've got General Sibia's number, like I do with many generals and ministers and deputy ministers. But I can't claim to be a friend, and Sibia can't claim to be my friend. But I know him. I will call him on matters of the police that I think, look, there is this issue and it seems like you're not paying attention and anything of that sort. I can't deny that, but to stretch it to comradeship, to stretch it to friendship, none of us can claim that kind of a relationship between us. But you have said, this is my comrade, and this your comrade says, the minister is now dissolving that thing that has been giving you nightmares. The minister wants us to buy a table. The minister this and the minister that. When we come to you, say, this guy says he knows you, and he goes around saying the following things about you. Say, yeah, it's my comrade, but I don't know what he's talking about. It's a bit troublesome, Minister.
Now, generally, what you are saying, I agree with. That there are specific things that are being done by Mogotsi according to his behavior and all of that. And that generally other people that I've contact with, they don't behave like Mogotsi. I believe, I accept that. But specifically, I'm saying I'm aware of things that I wasn't aware of about Brown Mogotsi since 2017. 2018, I didn't become aware of what I'm aware of now and all the time. So now that I'm aware of what he associates himself with in terms of activities, in terms of what he says, in terms of the people that he links up with, it has become public. It's a different matter altogether. And I'm conscious about that. Very, very conscious about that. And very worried. That's why I said to the evidence leader, when he asked me that question, I said, I'm worried about that. Because to me, it signifies a very, very drastic change from the time I got to know Mogotsi to what I now know about him. And now, it shouldn't be like all the time I was aware or I've been aware of these things. People do change, or you do become aware of things that you wouldn't want to associate yourself with, or even if it's at a comradely level, because you don't expect those things to be done by people who call themselves comrades. But it shouldn't mean that I'm part of what he is doing or has been doing. And it shouldn't be assumed that all these things that are being revealed now, I'm part of them. I'm not part of them. I'm not part of them. And I'm not part of them. And I couldn't be part of that.
I accept that, Minister.
I don't have such a history myself. And I'm worried about it.
I accept that you're saying you're not part of that, and you are not aware of what this character that you refer to as a comrade is like, that the conduct is displaying now and all of that. You are not aware of this from
Absolutely.
2017.
Absolutely. And I'm
Now you
honest about
realize
it.
there is a character here that is going around in my name. What did you do about it? Did you, for instance, let's say 31st December, the letter goes to the special advisor. From there it goes to chief of staff. Then it finds itself in Mogotsi's hands. And Mogotsi sends that to Matlala and he says, we're done. This thing is done. You're no longer going to be troubled. When a character like that starts engaging in that kind of an activity, as a minister, what initiative did you take to really find out as to how did this guy get hold of this letter of mine? Because I'm now realizing he's using my name wrongly. What have you done about that?
Firstly, before I come specifically to that, you must have heard that General Mchunu did say that this letter also did reach him. I'm sure you remember that. That he got it from Mogotsi.
He said Mogotsi sent it to him.
Okay. So I don't know, well, I don't seem to have that understanding, but fine. Now, at some point, I think, I can't say which month, but it is this year. Somebody said to me, Brown Mogotsi seems to be dropping your name at different places with different people. I called him after that to say, there is a person here who tells me, you drop my name wherever you are. And he denied it. He denied vehemently, saying that, no, Minister, they were not talking about me. It's not me. And at that time, I wasn't aware of WhatsApps, his relationship with Matlala, his many other things that have come to be known. So I was also just talking on what I had heard, not knowing the substance.
No, I agree, Minister. I don't have time. I'm not talking about when you didn't know. I'm talking about a period when you have known that this person was also in possession of a sensitive letter that deals with issues of crime.
Yes,
So
I was coming to that.
Once that was picked up, what have you done about it?
I was coming to that. I phoned him to say, I seem to get the fact that you got into possession of this letter? How did he said, no, this thing was full in social media. I picked it up from social media. That was the response he gave me.
As a minister of police, with crime intelligence, with all manner of investigating powers and all of that, you take no initiatives except to call me and say, no, I hear you got a hold of my letter. How did you get it? I say, I got it on social media, and you leave it at that. Because I'll tell you why. We are in this situation, amongst other things, because of this letter. And therefore, a serious effort should have been put in place. If we're taking this ministerial position serious, we should have put some serious investigation in place as to how does my letter find itself in Mogotsi's hand, and Mogotsi says it was in social media. How do we track that all the way to the original source? The only thing you know, you guys, is to retrieve seen once WhatsApps. You can't trace a letter that comes from your office. Because electronic documents are traceable, that they're from here to here to here. You make no effort. Even when you have now realized this thing has put us to where we are now. That you write a letter, we have no problem with that. We can debate the legality of it. Mogotsi takes a letter, send a letter to Matlala. He says, that thing that was troubling you, we've dealt with it. Here's a copy of the letter. That alone should have told you, man, we're dealing with a serious syndicate here. I'm trying to resolve issues of the police, only to find that unwittingly or wittingly, I'm now find myself entangled in the cartels. Because Mogotsi put you in the cartels, and that should have concerned the Minister of Police and say, we should be on top of this issue and find the person from my office, either the acting commissioner's office, either the commissioner's office, either the chief of staff, either the special advisor, or Ngabinde, my chief of staff. There must be a leakage there. And this leakage finds an expression in the hands of the cartels. That should have troubled the minister, as much as it's troubling us, ordinary people, because when that was heard, when General Mchunu addressed the press conference, everybody said, no ways. Something ought to have been done. That's how South Africans felt. You should have felt somehow like that before, when you discover that your letter that deals with sensitive matter is now in the hands of criminal cartels. And therefore, I want to find out who did that.
Now, it's not true what you are asserting, that you didn't do anything. But I take it that you are asking a question. What is it that I did? Firstly, I did phone him to say, how did this happen? That's the first thing. And he explained to me as I've explained. And so I kept quiet about it. But when then matters came after 6 July, first thing I did, I called him. Oh, so you are all over, and I hear this and I hear that. And his response was, no, Minister, leave those matters with me. General Mchunu is not speaking the truth. So I then said, fine, but on my own, I am investigating the matter, not through crime intelligence, through a private investigator. That is what I'm doing, and that matter is in progress. I don't want to say anything further because of the reasons that you are talking about. I am interested not just on how he landed the letters, but other matters that relate to that.
Minister, the Chief of Staff makes, through General Mchunu, they came to see you at your home stayed in KZN, flew all the way. And then from there, he meets General Mkhwanazi. He says, no, I want to introduce you to the Minister of Water Affairs. And then General Mkhwanazi says to this guy, how do you know the minister? No, when we were in IPIT, he was a person of interest. And then we went there to check him up, and I actually helped him with a matter we're investigating. And so, in a way, he owes me a favor that I've done some work to protect him. We had a case or something like that. It says that to General Mkhwanazi, which he came and said it here. And then from there, today we hear that no, there were stories that you killed one of the bodyguards and things like that. And then you complained about that, and then they came to see you and all of that. Do you think that it was, and given what he has been saying, I mean, he has also been communicating with General Mkhwanazi about issues that are in your office, and then he will take from General Mkhwanazi and speak to you and all of that. And I put it to General Mkhwanazi that perhaps this guy played both you and the minister. He said to the minister, no, I'm going to bring the general of the police to you, he's my guy, this and that. You're like, oh, okay, no, that's fine. It's always good to know people. Then he says to General Mkhwanazi, no, I'm going to take you to Minister of Police, he's my guy, I once helped him with something, blah, blah, blah. And now all these kind of stories are coming out about him. On hindsight, do you think it was a correct decision to appoint him as a chief of staff?
Now, firstly, I need to correct or put things my own way. I don't think it was a question of my guy, because I don't have evidence for that. But what I think happened, they spoke, because they came in one car. They spoke themselves before to say, maybe they need to come and see me and we'll have a chat. It was not my initiative. It was an initiative of one of them. I don't know who. I didn't ask that question. But Kabinda did tell me that, inform me that they've had a chat and they would want to come for a light chat, and they did. From where I sit, I was getting troubled by a number of incidents in eThekwini relating to their Department of Water. I don't know how many people had been killed, but I know that they went up to 7 people who were getting murdered because of this and that and so on. So I thought that it would be important to take the opportunity and have an informal chat so that in future when we deal with these matters, it's somebody I know face to face, we've had the discussion face to face. Now, you are now saying, so that's what happened. You are now saying, with hindsight, do I think it was a good thing to do so? Take Kabinda's. Now, I am looking at it. I have had a chat with Kabinda to say, what about this? What about that? And so on. We're discussing that matter. I haven't reached a conclusion amidst these all things that it was wrong or right beyond just recognizing that procedurally he followed all the procedures in human resource. It is the same as Mogotsi. With hindsight, would I have maintained his number and contact? is the same thing that is that I'm reviewing seriously to say, when we started and got to know each other, I didn't know this, I didn't know that, and so on. I wouldn't want to have contact with somebody who does 1, 2, 3, and so on. I'm thinking, and therefore those matters are under review. I haven't concluded because I haven't, seen. I mean, taken the whole matter. We're in the middle of a number of issues currently, so it would be premature to take such a decision at the moment. But it does crop up in my mind.
Minister, when they were searching General Sibia, taking their gadgets, and Gabinde also had a press conference claiming he's being harassed and things like that, did the police come and take your gadgets? Were you part of the people that were searched by police and gadgets taken from them in the recent past?
I'm told they came to the gates of Prenturon, the government estate within which I live.